guys, welcome to TCM Live. I am Larry, and joining me, we have a special guest. You are no stranger, of course, to the chair beside me, but Leslie Lamb is joining us.
Yes, I'm so excited.
Yeah.
I missed you guys.
Leslie, it's great to have you back for this show.
Yes.
Thank you for agreeing to do this. One of the reasons that Leslie agreed to do this was, quite honestly, the idea for this show was something that God placed upon her heart, and she said, hey, I've got a great idea for a show. And so we figured this would be a perfect show for Thanksgiving week.
Yes.
And I know during Thanksgiving week and the weeks leading up to Thanksgiving, you hear a lot of things about being grateful, things that you should be thankful for, and all those things are really good. Mm-hmm. But your idea was a little different, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Also Thanksgiving is about all the times that, we circle everything that we want for Christmas, and I want this, and I need this, and I want this, and I need this. But today our show is on grateful less. And we just want to point out the fact that a lot of times people do not realize what they have until they see what others don't have.
Yeah.
So we're going to spend the time in the show telling you a little bit about what's normal in other parts of the world that you may take for granted.
Yeah, and one of the things that you have to do, you have to get it out of your head that we're just looking at this culture, because like the cell phone commercial that's pretty popular right now, you have two people standing next to each other. One's using the newest phone, the other one is using the phone that was only released a month ago. And
yeah.
And so they're like looking over and talking about, we have a love affair with our phones and we're always wanting the newer and better things. And that's not quite what we're talking about.
No.
We're not talking about just material goods like that. We're talking about life-sustaining goods. And in Scripture, Leslie, it says in Ephesians 5:20, this is the New Living Translation, it says, and give thanks for everything to God the Father in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ. It says that we need to give thanks for everything. Well, in order to really wrap your mind around everything, in order to truly give thanks for everything, it's important for you to stop in this very busy world that we have. It's important for you to stop and think about maybe some of the basic necessities that we like to say we're thankful for. We may even bow our head at lunch or at dinner and just say a quick prayer, but the prayer for some of us doesn't go past our lips. It's more of a ritual. And so that's some of the things that we want to talk about today as far as truly being grateful.
Yes. And the first thing that we should be grateful for is money.
Money.
Any kind of money, any amount of money. Because it says that 1 billion children worldwide are living in poverty. And according to UNICEF, that's a great organization, 22,000 children die each day due to poverty.
Wow. Now, children, what are the ages that it refers to as being children?
Children is usually 18 and under. That would be classified as children. 18 above would be adults. So that includes teenagers. That's not just little kids.
So this is 22,000.
22,000. That's almost 2,000. Yeah, a day? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
22,000 children die each day.
Yes, exactly.
Due
That's
to poverty.
A lot. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so you even had to double check our facts because, doesn't that play with your mind? Think about that.
It's almost 1,000 an hour.
Almost 1,000 children an hour die from
not
poverty.
Having money.
Not having money to be able to buy goods that we take for granted.
Exactly. What's the second thing? What's another thing?
The second thing is something that we very much take for granted, unless you're going through a drought and you're in a farmer family, is water. Mm-hmm. How often do you go to the fridge or you go to the sink and you pour a glass of water, or you grab that bottle of water and give thanks to God for it? How many times do you go over there and just get a glass of water and then go back to what you were doing and not give thanks to God for it?
Yeah.
More than 1 billion people lack access to clean drinking water, and an estimated 400 million of these are children.
That's right. And, that's hard for us to fathom. Yeah. And we're talking about adequate drinking water. So, it's really important for us to picture, what are they drinking? They're drinking stuff that we would not dare to place in our mouth. They're drinking mud puddle water. They're drinking water from stagnant ponds that animals have peed in. I mean, this is the reality of some third world countries. This is their reality. And one thing that we like, that I would like to talk about, is this is amazing, is Hope Springs water. This is a very easy way for you to help those people who don't have water, because 100% of the profits from this bottled water goes specifically to help people have an adequate water supply. You can ask your grocery store if they will start carrying this. I know Brookshire's carries it. A lot of the Christian chain grocery stores are carrying it. I've checked it out. So Hope Springs water, super simple way. I don't even think you even pay any more for the water. But knowing that every bottle of water that you drink could provide a handful of water for a village of people.
Yeah, 100%. And here's the thing, with the food and the water, what does that contribute to? And if you think about it, at least to our next one, that contributes to growth. And our statistics say, this is from 2011, which is some of the most recent figures. They have 165 million children under the age of 5 were stunted. That's reduced rate of growth and development due to chronic malnutrition.
Yeah.
When's the last time you thanked God for your size, for strong muscles, or for soft skin?
Mm-hmm.
Leslie, I know in one of your previous careers, you were all about some soft skin, right?
Absolutely. I worked for a cosmetics company, and it was very important for, you to have good skin in order to sell product for good skin. But, I do have to say that is one thing that I've been grateful for my whole entire life, because God has blessed me with very good skin. I've never had complexion problems. So I am grateful for that, because I know so many out there struggle with breakouts, struggle with acne, and it can be a very insecure subject. Yeah. But the fact that you have the ability to treat it is something that people don't have in other countries as well, which leads us to another thing is healthcare. Yeah. When was the last time that you thanked God for a shot? It's flu season. A lot of people are going and getting shots, and I won't give my my whole thing on that, but anyway, and I'm going to the doctor right after this. I am so grateful that I can go to the doctor and I don't have to wait in a line of 200 people at an outside clinic just to see if I have good teeth or bad teeth, just to see if I can get a drop of sugar water on my tongue so that I don't get polio or whatever it is.
Something like diarrhea, for instance, that's so common here.
Yeah.
Causes so many problems around the world. And they don't have clean water to help keep people hydrated.
Right.
They don't have electricity as one of them as well. A quarter of all humans live without electricity. That's approximately 1.6 billion people. Mm-hmm. And so because of the lack of electricity, it's harder to have like pumps.
Right.
For various things like waterworks, and then it's impossible, of course, for them to refrigerate food, which is one of the ones that we have down here as well. Do you open your fridge and thank God that you have that food? Because 870 million people worldwide do not have enough to eat. A lot of these things that we're talking about, you have the ability to help control. Now, I realize that's a lot of stuff that we've laid out to you here, but see, here's the thing. You don't have to rush out and try to just take care of every single one of these like right this very second. You can pick one. You can pray on it. Pick one or two, whatever God's laying on your heart. And then you can encourage other people to make a difference as well.
Well, speaking about, electricity and food, we're talking about third world countries, but we need to be aware that happens in our country. Yeah. One of the hardest and saddest things about Thanksgiving and Christmas time, my kids are elated because they're out of school. You guys are excited because you're out of school. But, for some kids, that means no food.
Yeah.
And that's really hard for us to understand, but what they get in the morning for breakfast and what they get at lunchtime may be all that they eat all day. So if we don't have school, then those kids don't get that food. And you can be prejudiced and you can say whatever you want to say about people, but the fact of the matter is there are kids going without food.
And the kids have no choice.
Right.
The decisions of the parents put these children at risk. I deal with families all the time. If you want it personal, take it from a youth pastor here. I deal with people all the time that their children, I see them. I hear teachers talk about it, They won't give names, of course.
Right.
But I hear teachers talk about it, how the children look forward to coming to school because they have someone that actually cares about them, and they get to eat.
Yeah.
They get to eat breakfast, they get to eat
Yeah.
lunch, because they may not eat dinner, and a lot of them don't eat over the weekends.
Right.
That breaks my heart.
It does. It breaks my heart. But these are things that we often take for granted. So instead of being grateful less this Thanksgiving, let's be grateful for the simple things that we often don't even acknowledge because they've just become so natural to us. The next time you take a drink of water, thank God for that. The next time you have a headache and you need something to help with that, a pain reliever, thank God for that. The next time you're plugging in your phone or your iPod so that you can listen to your favorite music, thank God for that. Because other people don't have that ability, and it truly is a blessing.
Yeah. Look towards God. Start a movement right there where you're at, in your community, your school, your friends. Start a movement. Thank God, and then look at how you can bless other people.
That's exactly right.
Join us next time on TCM Live. And as always, we want to remind you that no matter what's going on in your life, you are not alone. Good night.